Good morning, and welcome to our zoo. We're so glad you could join us on our tour today. In this part of the tour, we'll be focusing on an unusual creature known as the coconut crab. As you can see, this crab is huge. On average, it's about 3 feet wide from the end of one leg to the end of the other, and it weighs about 9 pounds. But they can grow larger and heavier. There are reports of crabs that are more than 6 feet across and weigh up to 30 pounds. In fact, it's the largest land-based arthropod species in the world. Can anyone tell me what other animals are arthropods?
Insects?
Yes, insects, like spiders, scorpions, and other bugs. One thing that all arthropods have in common is that they have an exoskeleton, or external skeleton with a hard shell.
But a crab? The kind in the ocean that we eat? Is that an arthropod?
Yes, good question. Yes, crabs are a species of crustacean, a kind of arthropod, along with shrimp and lobsters. All arthropods have segmented bodies. That is, the body is in different segments and has jointed appendages. Its legs are in different segments or parts that are joined together. If you've ever had crab or lobster in a restaurant, you will see how the legs are in different parts. But back to the coconut crab. People usually ask me how the crab got its name. Well, there are 2 reasons. One is its diet. The coconut crab lives on islands in the Indian Ocean, the Indo-Pacific region, and the Southern Pacific Ocean, places where there are a lot of coconut trees, so the coconut is a large part of its diet. The other is its appearance. As you can see, the shell is brown and green. When the coconut crab climbs trees to get coconuts, the colors help it blend in with the trees because the bark and leaves are the same color. You really have to look carefully to notice them.
I have a question. Do coconut crabs eat anything else besides coconuts?
Yes, they do. They eat other nuts, fruits, seeds, even carrion, that is, dead animals. The coconut crab is not totally vegetarian. Actually, that is only true for adult coconut crabs that are old enough to hunt. The older crabs bring back food, usually coconuts, to feed their young offspring.
How about fish?
Not usually. One other unusual thing about the coconut crab, a way it differs from other crabs, is that it is land-based. That's because it cannot swim, and very young coconut crabs can drown in the water. It lives close to the water, and the female lays its eggs in the water, but the coconut crab spends almost all of its life on land. You will find coconut crabs in holes that they dig in the sand and cracks in large rocks very close to the water. You know, there are some great stories about the coconut crab. On some islands, people call the giant coconut crab the robber crab because it has a habit of taking shiny objects, such as silver and watches. The crab steals these objects because it thinks that they are food, but then drops them. Also, a few years ago, a giant coconut crab was found wandering around a neighborhood in Honolulu, Hawaii. It was eventually caught and moved to the Honolulu Zoo. Okay, any questions before we move on?